y'all, this is April D. Welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be doing a pillowcase envelope. We're starting with a 16 by 16 insert. This is one full panel that is exactly 16 by 16. This is the second half of the panel, which will be the back piece, which I also did initially 16 by 16. But I'm going to explain to you guys how these measurements, I feel in my opinion, were a bit off. And I'm just going to show you guys how to remedy this for yourselves along the way. All right, so what I did there was just cut that back panel 16 by 16 long or horizontally, right? I folded it in like a quarter of an inch, did that twice, and then you want to finish that seam across. And then of course lay it on your panel pretty size facing. We always do this, so you know the drill. When you flip it inside out, the nice finished parts will be on the outside. All right, and then I'm kind of like just going over that again. This is before I realized that it's just not going to work. Now I took some more of that fabric, I sewed it together and opened that seam open, or ironed it open. Okay, and I'm just realizing that you're going to need a little bit longer of a piece to make the envelope, the actual envelope. You need something longer to make everything fit. And I went outwards about 4 inches, and you probably could go a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm showing you once again. So like that was the piece that I added on to my initial 8 inches. Okay, because remember we did a 16-inch square and we cut that in half, and then we added 4 inches to that. I folded it over twice, and I'm showing you guys that you need to finish your raw edge, and that's all I'm doing here. Now we're laying both pieces pretty size. This is the longer piece, and that's our original shorter 8-inch piece laying down first. Okay, and you're going to sew this entire thing all the way around. No need to leave an opening. Okay, so here we are. It's all finished. We're going to turn it inside out. All right, and be sure though before you turn it inside out to cut your corners so that there's no bulk, and it's lovely. Okay, one thing I'm going to say here though is that it's going to be too big. If you lay your insert directly on top, which I'm going to demonstrate, it looks like the perfect fit. However, it's going to be too big, so I would highly suggest that for your width, you want to keep it, you know, like 2 inches below, and then your width, where you're going to actually slip your pillow in, you want to add 4 to 5 inches to cover your insert. So even when I sit this insert on top, this is my 16 by 16, it looks as though it's going to be perfect. However, as I am inserting it, you will see that there is a lot of room. And look at the corners, okay? It really can stand to be a lot fluffier. So I had an 18 by 18 pillow insert, and I decided to switch them out. And this is it flipped out. Now the corner looks a little loose, but all it takes is for you to manipulate your insert form a little bit more, and it will be perfect. Okay, so I would just say, you know, play around with your pillow and play around with your measurements to get your perfect pillow encasement. But here it is, you all, and thank you all so much for watching. Bye.